competing versions of tax cuts. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is New Jersey State Senator Jim Whelan. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
There are competing plans right now when it comes to tax cuts. The governor has put forward a plan. There's a plan in the Assembly and there's a plan in the Senate right now. The governor's plan is related to a 10% cut across the board for our income taxes. Let's talk a little bit about that, and then we'll get into the Senate plan.
Well, the governor's plan sounds good, and people got excited when they heard a 10% tax cut. But when you analyze the numbers for a wage earner that earns $50,000, which is an average wage in New Jersey, that translates to about $80 a year. That's how much property tax or income tax relief they would get, $80 for the whole year. That's a slice of pizza a week. You don't get to buy the whole pizza. You only get to buy one slice. If you're a millionaire, if you make $1 million a year, your tax break would be about $7,000. So you get to have your pizza, but you get to go to Rome to buy it, with a nice vacation. There are those of us who think, if we're going to do something like this, we really should target much more so middle class, working class folks who are struggling. And also, I think, property taxes. I know in my legislative office, and when I talk to my colleagues in the legislature, property taxes are the real problem. So the Senate version that Senator Sweeney has put forward would have a 10% reduction in the property taxes, which for the typical property tax bill in New Jersey is above $6,000, so it would be about $600. Now there are some caveats. It's capped at $1,000 back, but still, you're going to give somebody $600 to $700 back. That's a lot more than the $80 you're getting under the governor's plan.
Now, this is actually with the Senate plan is actually income restricted as well. Talk to us a little bit about some of the other caveats.
The concept would be to cap it at an income of $250,000. If you make more than that, you wouldn't get this relief. Again, targeting working people in the state. There may be some float in that number. Maybe that number moves up a little bit to 300,000. I mean, 250 is a lot of money, frankly, in South Jersey. You get up closer to New York. A lot of folks may consider that more of a middle class wage, but it would be capped. Again, the idea being let's put the emphasis and let's give the relief to the working folks in the state. And let's put it on the property tax where most of the complaints seem to be centered.
Now, what does this actually mean for seniors who may be on a fixed income?
Well, the senior freeze, those who have lower income seniors would still be in place. Other seniors, there would be provisions in the bill to address their ability to access some property tax relief. At this point, these concepts are being converted into bills. We're hopeful that I know the Senate President is working with Governor to try to achieve a consensus so that we can again provide some real tax relief, hopefully in the form of property tax, some real tax relief to citizens in New Jersey. And by the way, this is all contingent on the revenues remaining or actually increasing. Because if we have gaps in our revenue side, we may not be able to offer any tax relief.
And that's an important point because you mentioned the contingent that this is dependent on projected revenues. If projected revenues don't stay the same or actually increase, do all of these competing tax plans or tax versions of these tax cuts actually go away?
Well, by the time we would be looking to enact these bills, which would be in June, we will have a much better sense of what the revenue projections were met or not met for fiscal year 2012, and then be able to project a little better what fiscal year 2013. We're obviously hopeful that we hit the marks in 2012. That gives us the basis to move forward with providing some property tax relief for people in 2013.
Thanks for being with us. We've been talking with New Jersey State Senator Jim Whelan. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Newsmakers.